The North Enfield Food Bank opened its doors in April 2012. Up to 2019, they were helping approximately 9,000 people. With the onset of the COVID pandemic, the number has risen to over 19,000. Businesses closing cause loss of jobs. Families still have to eat, and unfortunately, in this day and age, the government's help isn't enough. Just take a moment to think how awful it would be if you didn't have the means to put food on the table for your children. All donations are gratefully received by the wonderful team of volunteers working at the Jubilee Centre, which is just off the A10. And for the past few months, the SPS group have been collecting goods from its members. But, as in most things, it's always the same people donating. That's why, if we had the funds, a regular amount given would be such a help to the food bank. Please do help by donating to this worthy cause. Thank you.
Cherry Lodge was formed to help anybody who is on the cancer journey, and that includes their families as well.
So our main services here at Cherry Lodge is information given by the nurses, our complementary therapies which include acupuncture, medical acupuncture, massage, reflexology, and then we also have a lot of group activities and site-specific groups too. My main role here is about giving cancer-related information. So a lot of what I do is actually trying to help them get back to normal again. And often it's a very new normal, so for them it's facing that challenge of change. There is absolutely no cost attached to anything that we do here. It's self-referral, and they just have to pick up the phone and make an appointment to come and visit, come and see one of the nurses for an assessment.
We currently have about 140 volunteers, and they do a variety of different jobs, ranging from working on reception, admin volunteers. We've got drivers. We also have a befriending team, volunteers that work with people in their own homes. We've got therapists, and we have different categories of therapists. We have counsellors, hypnotherapists, so quite a few different categories of volunteers that help. It's a proper community organisation.
The cost to provide services to Cherry Lodge members is over £400,000 per year. Cherry Lodge doesn't receive any government funding or anything from the NHS. We rely purely on community fundraising, donations and income from our two shops.
Shout 85258 is a free, confidential 24/7 text messaging service for anyone in the UK. It's a place to go if you're struggling to cope. To start a conversation, text the word shout to 85258. Then you'll receive 4 automated messages before you're connected to someone who will listen without judgment.
On the night, was it Shout that he reached out for at that turning point?
We have no doubt that what happened between and Shout when he was stood on that bridge was enough to save his life.
I can't imagine, honestly, as parents ourselves, I can't imagine what it's been like for you, and you know, it's every parent's worst nightmare is receiving the call that you did on that night.
Shout has effectively bridged that gap between a point of crisis and despair, and brought him back to give him the peace and calm for a time to just work things out and find that support.
Your Shout volunteer will introduce themselves and ask you to share a bit more about what's on your mind. This might include feeling anxious, relationship problems, bullying, addiction, self-harm, depression or suicide, and can be about anything that's troubling you. Our conversations tend to last around 45 to 60 minutes and work best when you text back and forth. The goal of the conversation is to help you reach a calm and safe place with a plan of how to support yourself going forwards.
Education and community are important words here at Leobeck Haifa. The Leobeck Education Center is a community educational platform that serves to inspire Israelis to live their lives committed to 3 key values: liberal, pluralistic expression of Judaism, tikkun olam and social justice, and Israel being a shared and inclusive society for all its residents.
My name is Mika. I'm a junior here at Leobeck, and I've been here since kindergarten.
My name is Mai. I came from the Jewish village of Daliat El Carmel, from the Carmel Mountain.
Before I met Mai, I saw Druze in a typical way. Traditional clothes, traditional village.
She even asked me if I have a cow.
Leobeck's goal is to promote and to bring liberal Jewish values and lifestyle to everyone in Israel. The way to do it is through education and community, and to invite people for deep conversation around issues of human rights, democracy, Jewish pluralism, education and community. Mai and Mika, for me, symbolize the best and the goodness of Leobeck. Jews and Arab living together in one progressive community, accepting the others, love each other, and become eventually best friends.
I feel like Leobeck gave me the tools to set me up for army, university, and even life.
Our vision is to create at Leobeck a model for Israel state, Jews and Arab, Orthodox, Reform, secular, all together in one community.
The biggest compliment I would give Leobeck, that I would send my kids to learn here in the future.
Until now, there's been nowhere to go for over 1,200 children and families in North and Central London who could and should be part of the Noah's Ark family. The Ark will change all of that. Over the past 2 years, this amazing children's hospice building has been built on a 7.5-acre nature reserve. It's now complete, and the space is full of light and life. It'll give so many children and families the space to be themselves and to enjoy their time together. 2 years ago, I spoke of and hoped for a children's hospice building to be built in time for my lovely granddaughter Sophie, for whom I have parental responsibility. It wasn't available for my grandson Ben, who died at home. I was determined that things would be different for Sophie. But I never imagined that 2 years down the line, my dream would become a reality. It's been a joy and a privilege to witness the journey. The care and benefits that this place will give to Sophie will be amazing. It's truly astonishing and a testament to Noah's Ark and its supporters that this building is now here and will become so vital and so full of life.